This is all the latest news and gossip.
None of you guys have gotten a haircut.
COVID.
Well, I see Matthew McConaughey, so that is a good sign.
There he is.
Aloha.
Howdy, y'all.
Hey.
Have we pulled this off?
Hi, Dane.
Hey, what's up, Chrissy?
I'm doing a table read.
Well, what the fuck?
You'll see Jen Aniston here,
Holy shit.
Morgan
Hi,
Freeman,
Hi.
Jimmy Kimmel, Sean Penn, Julia Roberts, Henry Golding, Ray Liotta, Brad Pitt, Matthew McConaughey, and Shia LaBeouf.
Hi. Sorry. Bye.
Is that what you look like walking around the house? What?
Julia Roberts just asked us that's what you look like walking around the house.
Wow.
Nothing to do today.
She says she has nothing to do today, but she's
That's
dressed.
what I look like when I'm going to the Oscar brunch. So there's that. That's not my nothing to do today look. Is it yours, Jen?
Yeah, no.
No.
Thank you all so much. Very cool to see this group. And Dane, thanks for putting it together.
All right. Let's go. Good luck, everybody.
Break legs.
Your career's riding on this.
This is going to be fantastic.
Hello, everybody. I'm Mayor Eric Garcetti. It is beyond cool that I get to welcome all of you to Feeling Alive, where some of Hollywood's biggest talents have gathered together for a live read of the cult classic movie script Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Director Amy Heckerling brought these pages to life in this 1982 film based on Cameron Crowe's brilliant script that captured his undercover foray into a California high school. As an 11-year-old boy in the San Fernando Valley, this was the defining movie of my youth, setting out the goals I needed to have for myself for my teenage years. A job at the mall, a search for a girlfriend, a Camaro Z28, and, well, so much more. It's a time capsule of feathered hair hanging at the Galleria and an overload of Pat Benatar lookalikes. And the talent, 3 future Academy Award winners, icons for a generation, and the most important movie of its time, at least for me. In the words of Jeff Spicoli, it's totally awesome. Or in critic Roger Ebert's words, it's a scuzz pit of a movie. But the experience of high schoolers and people across America today are so different in 2020 than back then. I started collaborating with CORE and its amazing co-founders, Sean Penn and Ann Lee, back in March when we realized that COVID-19 would devastate the lives of so many Angelenos and Americans. Together with them, we enlisted an army of volunteers to step in, take action, and save lives. CORE even took over some pandemic response operations from the Los Angeles Fire Department so we could get first responders back to doing the most important jobs, saving lives. We immediately established coronavirus testing sites that were available to anyone in LA County, no matter your citizenship status, your wealth, your zip code, the color of your skin, even whether you had symptoms or not. And CORE's efforts expanded to cities across the nation, helping people in the most high-risk and vulnerable communities. And now, as the needs on the ground evolve, CORE's response effort does too. They are focused on an integrated, multi-pronged approach that includes 48-hour test results, effective contact tracing, and support services like hygiene kits for those who are in isolation. So tonight, as you enjoy the adventures of Stacy and Brad, Rat and Damone, Spicoli and Mr. Hand performed by this all-star cast, you'll also have the opportunity to support CORE's efforts with a text or the click of a button. And so the funds raised tonight will also benefit the Reform Alliance, which is focused on passing laws to reform the criminal justice system and protecting the incarcerated population from the spread of COVID-19. So I hope you're as excited as I am, and I hope you'll be as generous as you can. We've seen so many examples of generosity over the past few months that astound us and give us hope. In the words of Brad Hamilton, learn it, know it, live it. This is Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and I want to thank you all. You probably would rather hear from tonight's talented lineup than any more from me, so let me get you the organizer of tonight's festivities. And wherever he resides, he says he's always rooting for his hometown Red Sox, but not this year with Mookie Betts. Ladies and gentlemen, Dane Cook.
Thank you, Mayor Garcetti, and welcome, Fast Times fans. We are so excited to have you join us for Feeling Alive, the Fast Times at Ridgemont High virtual table read benefiting CORE. and the Reform Alliance. To be honest, we had a few technical difficulties during our virtual shoot that delayed the airing of this event. Something about having all those Oscar winners in one Zoom shook the universe and prohibited us from showing you the entire read of the script. However, we pulled together a bunch of classic scenes, and we know you'll really enjoy what you're about to see. An incredibly talented group of people came together to benefit two amazing causes, and we are so proud to share this wonderful event with all of you. Thank you for joining us and supporting CORE and Reform. Throughout the show, we'll let you know how you can support these two incredible organizations. Just see the directions below. Now, you just got to sit back and enjoy some laughs while we take you back to 1982 and the halls of Ridgemont High with this phenomenal cast. And stay through to the end because we have some amazing scenes and stories from writer Cameron Crowe and director Amy Heckerling. So let's get to it. Feel free to post using the hashtag FastTimesLive. Julia Roberts personally promised to read every tweet in her free time. We didn't confirm that, but I'm reading it. And now I'd like to introduce our cast. Recently nominated for an Emmy and the winner of the SAG Award for her work on The Morning Show, it's Jennifer Aniston. So Jen, who will you be playing tonight?
I will be playing Linda.
Okay, all right. He is an Academy Award winner, Kennedy Center honoree, Sesame DeMille, and Screen Actors Guild Life Achievement Award winner, reading screen directions, the voice himself, Mr. Morgan Freeman. Morgan,
Here.
good to see you.
Do you want me to use my Lone Green sonorous voice or just read like I'm not here?
Maybe for the first take? Actually, we're doing only one take, so yeah, go with that.
Okay.
You know him from Crazy Rich Asians and The Gentleman, and you will soon see him in Snake Eyes. It's Henry Golding.
Guys.
Henry, great to see you, man.
Great to see you, too.
What role do you have tonight?
I'll be Mr. Vargas.
All right. Host of Jimmy Kimmel Live and host of the upcoming Emmys, it's Jimmy Kimmel.
Thank you.
Jimmy.
Jimmy, who will you be reading tonight?
I'm playing a lot of characters. I'm playing like 30 different characters, many of them teenage girls.
Wow.
He recently starred in Honey Boy, which he also wrote, and The Peanut Butter Falcon. It's Shia LaBeouf.
Hey, it's me!
Shia. Shia, I think we know who you're going to be playing tonight.
Oh, Lord.
We got it. He is an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony winner. It's John Legend.
Hello.
John, what part are you going to be playing tonight?
I'll be playing Charles Jefferson and his little brother, little Charles Jefferson.
Love it, love it. Most recently seen in Marriage Story, but he'll always be good fella Henry Hill to me. It's Ray Liotta.
Yeah.
Yes. Ray, who do you have the honor of playing tonight?
I am playing Mr. Hand, a high school history teacher.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. That's right. All right. Here we go. Have at it. He's an Academy Award winner who just announced his new book, Green Lights. It's Matthew McConaughey.
Howdy, howdy. Howdy, howdy.
Matthew, what role do you have tonight?
I'm just selling tickets. Mike Damone. Front row seats, low, low prices. Right here.
Academy Award winner and the co-founder of one of tonight's beneficiaries, the nonprofit organization CORE, it's Sean Penn.
Yay.
Of course, you played Spicoli in the original, but who are you playing tonight, Sean?
Yeah, I guess the early 80s equivalent of Uber Eats.
All right, so we'll see it when it gets there. All right, so let's welcome Brad Pitt.
Hello.
Woo.
I am.
Brad, what character are you going to be reading?
Oddly enough, I will be reading Brad. Brad will be reading the character of Brad.
And finally, she's an Academy Award winner and most recently starred in her first television series, Homecoming. It's Julia Roberts. Julia, who are you playing?
I will be playing the role of Stacy. I am Brad's little sister.
All right. And I won a talent contest in the 9th grade. I will be playing the role of Mark the Rat Ratner. Have to say, this cast is insane. Thank you all. Thank you, everybody, for being here, For all of you super fans out there, stay tuned. After the table read, we have an amazing moment with the people who created the work that brought us together tonight. Writer Cameron Crowe, director Amy Heckerling, and one more thing before we start. The big disclaimer with a capital D. A whole lot of beliefs and language have changed since this came out, so don't add us unless it's to donate. Remember, it was a certain time and place, and the sentiments in the script do not reflect the people reading it today. They do reflect the fictional characters from an imaginary school in a totally make-believe story. Got it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. We are unrehearsed. We are not ready, but we are going to do this anyway for core.
I'm glad you made that
not ready. Seriously, not ready.
Feeling Alive presents Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Morgan Freeman, take it away.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Fade in. Exterior, Ridgemont Central Mall, night. From the outside parking lot, it looks like an enormous beach trail. It is the prime hangout for all the teenagers in the area. Kids mill around the parking lot or stand by the mall entrance. Interior, Swenson's Ice Cream Parlor. Night. The teenage waitresses in their peppermint patty uniforms are rushing around trying to keep up with their orders. A good-looking man in his mid-20s enters and sits. He wears a plastic name tag that says Pacific Stereo Audio Consultant Ron Johnson. Two Svensson waitresses discuss the issue at hand. One of them, Linda Barrett, is the 17-year-old retired sex queen of Ridgemont High.
I think he looks like Bruce Springsteen.
Did you see his cute little butt?
A third waitress enters.
Let's talk about C19.
Yep.
We were. I think I'll drop over and change the shakers.
No, be cool. That's Stacy's section.
Through the entrance, we see Stacy Hamilton. She's the 15-year-old trainee, sweet-looking with just the last traces of baby fat. She puts down a glass of water for Ron, spills some, and mops it up.
He's too old for Stacy. She hasn't even started high school yet.
A flustered Stacy enters the back kitchen.
How's it going?
Do you think that guy's cute?
In a blow-dried kind of way.
Well, does anybody else want to take this table?
Don't you like him?
Yeah, but I fucked up. You can take it, really.
Oh, come on, Stacy. It's your section and your man.
What should I do?
Just take his order, look him in the eye, and if he says anything remotely funny, just laugh a lot.
She fluffs up Stacy's hair and gently shoves her towards the door. Stacy reluctantly exits. Interior, Swenson's dining room. Stacy goes to Ron's table.
So you working hard or hardly working?
Ron looks at her soulfully.
You look like you could still be in high school.
I know, everyone says that.
He stares at her. She stares back uncomfortably.
What can I get for you tonight?
How about your phone number?
Stacy smiles nervously. Exterior, Carl's Jr., night. At the other end of the mall is a neon-lit Carl's Jr. hamburger restaurant. If Svenson's was a warm-up, this is the main attraction of the Ridgemont Mall. Interior, Carl's Jr. Back-to-school banners hang from the walls. Many kids are lined up at the counters. In the middle of the kitchen, directing all of the orders, is a 17-year-old named Brad. He moves confidently, observing the fryer, checking cup supply, and giving an affectionate squeeze to a pretty cashier named Lisa. She lets him kiss her, but only once. A teenage customer shouts to Brad from the front counter.
Hey, Brad, I waited till you came on. I wanted your fries.
Brad smiles, walks over to the fryer, and discards the fries left over from the previous shift. He shouts to the other employees as he puts in a new batch.
We need 15 superstars, David.
Okay, Brad.
I'll take care of the fry orders. Just get me the superstars.
Fish sandwiches.
Brad spots the three surfers sitting at the dining area. None of them are wearing shirts.
Hey, you guys. You had shirts on when you came in here.
Yeah, but something happened to him.
Well, come on, Spicoli. Why don't you just put your shirt back on?
Just come on. Just come on. Just come on.
You see the sign?
Can you just come on? Are you just come? Can you just come on? All right.
Interior Carl's Jr. store manager Dennis Taylor bustles up to Brad.
All right.
Any problems?
No, just a couple of surfers with no shirts. I took care of it, Dennis.
Angle on surface, grumbling, putting shirts back on. It pains them. Interior, mall, late night. It is closed and only a few janitors remain. Stacy and Linda walk through the large, empty mall.
He gave me his card. Ron Johnson, audio consultant.
Should we buy a frame for that?
Come on, Linda. I haven't had a boyfriend all summer. You promised when I started working at the mall that my life would change. Do you think he'll call this week?
Listen, Stace, you want to know about guys? All right, I'll tell you about guys. They're mostly chicken. Before I met Doug, I chased every guy I thought was cute. I thought if I gave out a vibe, they'd get the message and call me up. Well, guess what? They don't call.
So what did you do?
I called them. If I was sitting next to a guy and I wanted to sit closer, I'd sit closer. If I wanted to kiss him, I'd just do it. You want Ron Johnson? Just grab him.
I can't do that.
They pass a janitor cleaning graffiti that says, Lincoln surf Nazis and maggot lust for the dust.
Face it, with some guys, you have to make the first move. A lot of guys are just, wussies.
Really?
Stace, what are you waiting for? You're 15. I did it when I was 13. It's no huge thing. It's just sex. If you don't, one of the other girls will.
He was hot, wasn't he?
Oh, if I didn't have a fiancé in Chicago, I'd go for it.
They exit the mall into the night. Exterior, Ridgemont Senior High School, day. We see all the elements of the first day of school. The students carry new books, explore new lockers, begin to stake out their ground. Brad pulls into the Ridgemont High parking lot. He drives a beat-up four-door model LTD sedan. 3 friends wait for him near his parking space.
Hamilton, the cruising vessel. Hey-o!
Brad climbs out of his car, pats it admiringly. Exterior, Ridgemont parking lot. We see a shiny new blue Mustang whip into the parking lot. Behind the wheel is football star Charles Jefferson, a huge black kid. The halls at Ridgemont part for Charles Jefferson. Rat and Damone are in the parking lot. Damone surrounded by underclassmen, customers, selling tickets.
See that Mustang? UCLA gave Charles Jefferson that car when he was a sophomore. There's the man. How you doing? The car looks great, Charles.
Charles Jefferson gives Damone a death stare.
Don't fuck with it.
He moves on. Damone resumes selling tickets.
Yeah, that's my man.
Interior U.S. History class, day. Stacy barely slips in the door before the final attendance bell sounds. She finds a seat just as the teacher's cubicle door opens at the back of the classroom. A tall figure comes barreling down the aisle. He is Mr. Hand.
Aloha, my name is Mr. Hand. I have but one question for you on our first morning together. Can you attend my class? Pakalo. Understand? History has proven us one basic fact. Man does not do anything that is not for his own good. It is for your own good that you attend my class. And if you can't make it, I can make you.
An impatient knock begins at the front door of the classroom.
There will be no eating in this class. You get used to doing your own business on your own time. That's one demand I make. I don't like staying after class with you on detention. That's my time.
Hand finally turns as if he has just noticed the sound at the door and opens the door an inch. Jeffrey Spicoli stands in the doorway, red eyes glistening, his long blonde hair still wet and streaming down the back of his white peasant shirt. He grins, oblivious to such trivial matters as attendance bells. A student sitting next to Stacy turns to his friends.
That guy's been stoned since the 3rd grade.
Yes?
Yeah. I'm registered for this class here.
What class?
This class is U.S. history. It's the globe right there. It's planet history. It's a space class.
Really?
Yeah, I'm in this class. Can I enter the space? I mean, I'm in this class.
No, please. I get so lonely when the 3rd attendance bell rings and I don't see all my kids here.
As a comedy class? Sorry. Yeah, I mean, it's confusing for me as well because there's all these changes. When they went from the A block
Mr.
to
Spicoli?
AB blocks, and they split it, then it became two separate schedules.
Mr. Spicoli!
Yeah. Yes.
Mr. Hand slowly tears the card into little pieces and sprinkles the pieces over his wastebasket. Spicoli watches in disbelief. His hands are frozen in the process of removing his backpack.
You ripped my cards out.
Yes.
You
got nothing to say?
You're a big dick, buddy.
In the tense moment that follows, no one in the class is sure what might happen. Mr. Hand simply turns away from Jeff Spicoli as he ceases to exist and coolly continues his lecture.
I've taken the time to print up a complete schedule of class quizzes and the chapters they cover. Please pass them back to the desk behind you.
Hand begins passing out stacks of purple mimeograph sheets. Still standing in the doorway, hyperventilating with 15-year-old adrenaline, is Jeff Spicoli. After a time, he fishes a few bits of his ad card out of the wastebasket and huffs out of the room. Exterior, lunch court, angle on Stacy and Linda. As they walk onto lunch court, they take a seat on the outskirts of the area and watch all the students crowding onto the eating area.
I hear some surfer pulled a knife on Mr. Hand this morning.
No way, just called him a dick.
People exaggerate so much at this school.
The school couple, Cindy and Greg, walk by.
Hi, Linda. God, you look so great.
Oh, hi, you guys. This is Stacy. Stacy, this is Greg Adams and Cindy Carr.
Hi, Stacy.
Stacy smiles. Greg and Cindy move on, repeating the same scene a few feet away.
If there's one thing that never changes, it's a cheerleader.
Stacy turns to see a girl with short black hair passing by, wearing tight black spandex pants and dark lipstick.
Linda, that girl looks just like Pat Benatar.
Oh, yeah, I know.
They watch her pass.
Actually, there are 3 girls at Ridgemont who have cultivated the Pat Benatar look.
Do you think guys find that attractive?
Oh, give me a break. Stace, you're much prettier than them.
Yeah, but they look more sophisticated. You'd probably think that they'd be better in bed.
What do you mean, better in bed? You either do it or you don't.
Well, no, they're variables, like I might not be good at.
What variables?
Like, giving blowjobs.
I'm sorry, what?
Blowjobs.
Oh, come on. What's the big deal?
Well, I never did it.
Oh, there's nothing to it.
She takes out a carrot stick and eases it down her throat. Holy cow. She tries, but would choke.
You just have to practice a little first. Okay, relax the muscles. Relax these muscles. Think of your throat as like an open tunnel.
Does it say that?
The girls are sliding the carrot sticks down their throats without gagging. Angle on a boy. The next table. He sees them, points them out to his companions.
What happens, don't laugh at me, but when a guy has an orgasm, like how much comes out?
Stacy stops practicing and looks horrified. Linda laughs.
Just kidding. Just kidding. About 10 cc.
Oh, that's where the group got its name from.
They continue practicing as the boys look on. Stacy manages to get almost a whole carrot down her throat to Linda's amazement. The group of boys break out in applause. Stacy looks very embarrassed. Interior biology lab, day. The class is situated so that all students at a Bunsen burner tables lining the room. Pat is seated at one of the tables and Stacy takes a seat nearby. She looks at the ledge in front of her. It contains a pig embryo. She listens to the conversation next to her.
I'll tell you right now, I'm not going. I'll get sick or something. I am not going into a room with a bunch of dead guys. You'll go. It's part of the final. Have you heard what they do? I'm serious. Have you heard? What? The bodies are dissected, Mike, and Mr. Vargas pulls out parts of the dead body and holds them up, okay? You mean he reaches in and pulls the stuff out? Yes. Like a heart? Hearts, lungs, guts.
Stacy trains to hear more just as Mr. Vargas, a diminutive man holding a coffee mug, enters the class.
Good day, everyone. I just switched to Sanka. I'm running a little slow today, so have a heart.
Angle on the rat. He is riveted on Stacy Hamilton, swooning. And that brings us to our first break.
Woo! Woo! All right. I watched the movie last night. It's such a good movie.
It was fun to watch it. Nick Cage when he was still Nick Coppola.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys in that movie who have tiny little parts that went on to do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, Eric Stoltz.
Don Phillips, Sean. Don Phillips.
He's the man.
As much as we're enjoying getting our 80s on, I want to remind everyone why we're here, and that is to support CORE and Reform in their efforts to stop the spread of COVID-19. CORE works within the hardest hit communities to provide free testing, contact tracing, and supported services. In fact, CORE was one of the first nonprofit organizations to provide free testing to the public. To date, they've tested over 1.5 million people across the country. You'll also be helping the work Reform is doing to decrease the spread of COVID-19 in prison populations. Let's help these organizations continue the great work so we can all stay safe. Just hit the donate button on your screen and text the word CORE to 707070. And by the way, I want to thank the folks at Snack Pop who have generously committed to match $25,000 in donations tonight. For every dollar you give Snack Pop, we'll match up to $25K. Amazing. Use the code FASTTIMES20 to get 20% off your next order of Snack Pop when you visit their website. A portion of all proceeds through the end of September will go to CORE. Snack Pop, thank you. You are the best. Stay tuned towards the end of the show. Some insider scoop from Fast Times writer Cameron Crowe and director Amy Heckerling. Now, let's get back to school.
Interior Mall Day. Angle on Mike Damone and Mark Radner, who are standing by the upcoming concert list posted on the door to Warehouse Records. Damone turns to Rat.
Well, Rat, are you ready for the moment of truth?
She's immune to my charms.
They walk together towards Swenson's as the Rat drapes his aqua blue Cinema 4 jacket around his shoulders like a French film director. Damone walks a few steps, then stops Rat.
Hey, Rat.
Yeah?
Ace the jacket.
Rat gets rid of the jacket. He walks toward the counter to Stacy Hamilton.
Hi, may I help you?
Rat feels the beginnings of a cold panic, but barges through nonetheless.
Yeah. So I got two questions. I was curious. What do you do with the jackets with the jackets people leave here?
We keep them.
Keep them. You keep them. You keep them.
We keep them in case the people come back.
You keep them.
She reaches under the counter, pulls out a cardboard box with some rumpled jackets and other items.
Here they are. You can look through them if you want.
Yeah, it's it's cool. I take too much time to go, through all that stuff. So I got it. I'll pick up a new one.
What was your other question?
Yeah. So my other question is, can I have your phone number so I can ask you out sometime? I know.
Do you have a pen? This one's out of ink.
Yeah. Yes.
He pulls one out of his pocket, gives it to her. Stacy writes her name and phone number on a scrap of paper and gives it to him. The Rat looks at the paper.
Stacy, nice to meet you, Stacy. My name is Mark Radner.
He sticks out his hand and they shake. We see the Rat turn around and walk out of Swenson's. Interior, Ridgemont Mall. Damone and the Rat walk on. The Rat appears deep in thought.
What do I say after she gets in the car?
Damone, obviously in his element here at the mall, stops to flash a winning smile at a well-built older housewife.
That part's not a problem, Rat. What you need right now is my special 5-point plan.
As he talks, Damone passes a country farm shop. He plucks a free sample of cheese and sausage.
Okay, knock it off, Damone, okay? I need real help.
No, knock what off? What do you mean? Men have died trying to obtain the information I'm about to give you, and I'm going to give it to you for free.
Okay, tell me, so what is the 5-point plan?
First of all, Rat, never let on how much you like a girl.
Damone turns to the cardboard cutout of Debbie Harry to demonstrate.
Oh, hi. 2, always call the shots.
He turns to Debbie Harry, who looks on with an inviting cardboard smile.
Kiss me. 3, act like wherever you are, that is the place to be. Hey, this is great, isn't it? 4, when you're ordering food, find out what she wants and then order for the both of you. It's an absolute classy move. And the lady will have so on and so on. 5, and this is the most important, Rat, so listen up. When you get down to making out, whenever possible, put on the first side of Led Zeppelin 4.
Exterior, interior, the blue Mustang, night. Jeff Spicoli is behind the wheel. Sitting next to him is little Charles, L.C. Jefferson's young brother. They're smoking grass and holding Lowenbrau beers in between their legs. The radio is blasting the music of Rick James.
Hey, slow down. This is my brother's car.
I thought he was out of town.
He is.
Okay, well then don't relax.
They speed off down Ridgemont.
You seen the new Playboy?
No, what's going on?
Suzanne Summers' tits. Oh.
Yeah?
I like sex. I like sex.
Yeah? Wonderful.
Hey, we just missed the turnoff for the party.
Spicoli curls his fingers onto one of the Mustang steering wheel bubbles and whips it clockwise. The idea is to turn off onto a side street and head back to the party, but instead, the car swings in a complete circle, a circle that includes a bright yellow fire hydrant. The hydrant rips the side of the car open like a can of tuna. There's a silent moment of terror.
Are you okay?
Outside the smashed car, a Granada jock passes Spicoli and LC.
Fuck you! My brother is gonna kill us, he's gonna kill you, and then he's gonna kill me, he's gonna kill us.
Yes, but my mother would say, be happy for the good things.
My brother is gonna shit.
Okay, but, relax.
First he's gonna shit, and then he's gonna kill us.
We'll figure it out. What is he gonna do? Is he gonna shit or is he gonna kill us?
He's gonna shit, then he's gonna kill us.
Valid. That's a valid point. It's a valid point. Okay, all right. Well, listen, I'll tell you what. My father fixes televisions, and I got so many tools.
You can't fix this car, Spicoli. You can't fix it.
I can fix every piece of this car.
Angle on the blue Mustang, waffled and mangled, it's just inches away from scrap iron.
I can fix every piece of this car.
Exterior of the Hamilton Pool, hot afternoon, several weeks later. Linda and Stacy are sitting by the pool, dressed in string-tie bathing suits. Linda luxuriously applies suntan lotion to her chest and legs in long and writhing strokes. Stacy reads a book. It's called Total Orgasm. Several beats pass.
I sent a letter to Doug today. I'll be so glad when he gets out here.
You really ought to look at this, Linda. I mean, there's a drawing on every page and all these quizzes. It's like school.
Why don't you put your mother's secret book back?
Listen to this. What are your mate's 3 most erogenous zones?
Okay, penis. That's one. Balls.
Wouldn't penis and balls be the same category?
You're right. Probably penis, mouth, neck.
All right, here's another one. The most satisfactory lovemaking occurs when your mate climaxes first, you climax first, you and your mate climax together.
Climax together.
Does that ever happen?
No, but it's a nice idea.
Okay, listen to this. It says most women derive pleasure from sex, but they don't have real orgasms.
They obviously don't know Doug.
How long does Doug take?
I don't know, 30, 40 minutes.
What's Doug do in Chicago?
He works for the airline. He'll be out here. You'll meet him. He's no high school boy.
There was a noise by the side fence leading into the Hamiltons' backyard. It is Mark Ratner and Mike Damone. They are already wearing swimsuits.
Hey, we came over to help you with your math homework.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really. We figured you needed the help on it's a hot day.
Quickly, Stacy stashes the book and a stack of towels beside her. She leans over to Linda and speaks confidentially.
What do you think?
I think they're both virgins.
I didn't ask for any help. Did you, Linda?
No.
Well, that's exactly why I brought some whisk for the jacuzzi.
Okay, you guys can come swimming, but you have to leave as soon as my mom gets home, okay?
Stacy, looking great in a green bikini, sits kicking her legs by the side of the pool. Linda stands on the board. She's poised to dive. The rat treads water and stares at both girls.
Hey, Linda, take a dive. I'll judge it. You know, I'm a champion diver myself.
Brad arrives home by the side gate, slams it behind him. He's home from a bad day at work, walks out onto the patio, stands with his hands on his hips. For the first time, our former campus hero looks absurd. He's still in his uniform from Captain Kidd Fish and Chips. It is a blue and white striped Pirates of the Caribbean outfit, complete with black plastic sword at the side and a ridiculously large Ponce de Leon-esque hat. Brad carries the hat under his arm.
Does Mom know you have company?
It's just Linda and Mark from school.
Hi, Linda.
Hi, Brad.
Well, you guys keep it down. I've got some work to do upstairs.
God, he hardly even talks anymore.
I know. He hates to have to wear a uniform.
Poor guy.
Angle on Linda, who is now sunning herself by the side of the pool. She rubs her legs against each other slowly, enjoying the hot afternoon.
Oh, Stace, I've got water in my ears. Do you guys have Q-tips?
God, I don't think so. Better look in the house.
Linda towels off, heads back inside the Hamilton house. She knows how to walk. We see Brad. He's kneeling on the bathroom floor, his back to us. His green T-shirt is on, his underwear in a pile on the floor behind him. His arm is pumping slowly. Brad is jacking off. Dissolved to exterior Hamilton pool, Brad's daydream. It features Linda Barrett just as she stood on the diving board a moment ago. She is gorgeous. Her breasts seem even bigger than usual. Her nipples are hard, poking through the film maroon string bikini. Water rolls slowly down her cheeks into the corners of her mouth. Her lips are parted slightly. Her eyes are filled with desire as she says,
Hi, Brad. You know how cute I always thought you were. I think you're so sexy. Will you come to me?
Angle on Brad and daydream. In a nice shirt, his hair combed back and looking great. He walks to Linda. She reaches out and grabs him for a kiss, pulling him close. Then she pushes him away so he can watch as she carefully unstraps the top of her bathing suit. The incredible Linda Barrett's breasts fall loose. Lord have mercy. She takes Brad's hands and places them on her as she begins unbuttoning his shirt. They're just about to fall into passionate love-making when we hear,
Hey, Brad, do you have any Q-tips?
The daydream evaporates and we see a real life again with an interior Brad bathroom angle on Linda's face. In the doorway of Brad's bathroom as she watches the sight before her, angle on Brad, trying to cover himself and act nonchalant and keep his back turned at the same time. The words barely escape his mouth.
Wait, just a minute.
Oh, God, I'm so sorry. I did not know anybody was in here.
Linda turns, goes immediately as if she wants to forget what she just saw as quickly as possible. She closes the door behind her.
Doesn't anybody fucking knock anymore?
And that brings us to our second break.
We only have, 112 more pages, right?
Jimmy, I think you're doing a great job.
Yeah, you're killing it,
By the
Kimmel.
way, Jimmy, you're killing it.
No, thank you.
Okay. Wow. What an iconic scene. All right, let's take a break to remind everyone why we're here to support CORE and Reform and the work that both organizations are doing to stop the spread of COVID-19. Reform is working to protect people who are currently incarcerated as COVID-19 continues to pose a huge threat to public health. And CORE is on the ground in cities across the country, from right here in LA to Navajo Nation, Atlanta, New Orleans, Chicago, many more. Their innovative program uses an integrated approach to combat COVID-19. By using testing, contact tracing, and supported services, CORE is saving lives and helping us slow the spread. But they can't do it without your support, so hit the donate button and text CORE to 707070. $10, $25, every penny counts. Please help. Don't forget, Snack Pop is offered to double your donation. For every dollar donated, Snack Pop will match up to $25,000, all right? You can also support CORE by purchasing a limited edition Spicoli 2020 t-shirt from our pals at Bonfire. Head to the link below and buy your own before they're gone. They're only available for the next 2 weeks. Proceeds benefit CORE. Spicoli, Hand, could be a dream team. Think about it. And stick around for some real talk about shooting Fast Times with writer Cameron Crowe and director Amy Heckerling, coming your way near the end of the show. Now, let's get back to Fast Times.
Interior U.S. History class day. The third attendance bell rings and Mr. Hand strides to the front of the class. He locks the door and notices something very different. Angle on Jeff Spicoli, bright and clear-eyed, sitting in the front row. His hands are clasped in front of him on the desk. His textbook is open to the proper page. Mr. Hand is suspicious, but continues with class.
Now, in 1898, Spain owned Cuba outright. Cubans were in a constant state of revolt.
There's a brief knock on the door. Mr. Hand whips his head around like McGarrett. He approaches the door like a cat.
Who is it? Mr. Pizza. Again? Mr. Pizza, sir.
Hand swings the door open out of curiosity. In walks a young man in a Mr. Pizza delivery shirt.
Who ordered the double cheese, sausage, and bologna?
That's me.
The delivery man takes the pizza, sets it on the desk as Spicoli whips out some crumbled dollars. Then he produces yet another crumbled dollar and presses it into the delivery man's hand.
Am I hallucinating here? Just what the hell do you think you're doing?
I'm learning about Cuba and feeding myself, sir. I was thinking about this, Mr. Hand. If I'm here and you're here, doesn't that make it a shared space and shared time?
Mr. Hand is so furious he's almost shaking.
So I thought I'd order us a pizza from this man, and so you can have some. Just leave me some of the pepperoni.
Mr. Hand snatches up the pizza and starts to throw it in the wastebasket. Then he thinks better and heads for the door. He opens it just as a gang of young stoners walk past.
There's the pizza. Totally.
Mr. Hand pushes the pizza into their hands and slams the door.
Oh, wait. Save some for me, bud.
And you, my friend, I'll see you in a 2-hour detention every afternoon this week.
Spicoli eases back in his chair, shrugs. It's a good idea at the time. Interior, Captain Kidd Fish and Chips Day. Brad Hamilton looks terribly uncomfortable in his Ponce de Leon hat and Buccaneer uniform. He rings up an order for an older customer.
Hamilton, I'll take over the fryer. Those boys at IBM need some catch-of-the-day boxes, and I told them you would personally deliver them within the hour. I'll reimburse you for gas.
Brad thoughtfully unhooks his apron to reveal the bottom half of his pirate suit.
Just write me out a bill.
While Harold leans down to tally up the fish order, Brad goes to a nearby employee's closet. He has completely perfected the art of changing back into his street clothes, and it takes less than a minute. He is just about to finish buttoning his street shirt when Harold sees him.
Hamilton, come over here. What is that you've got on?
This is how I dress all the time.
But you took off your Captain Kidd uniform.
I thought I'd take it off for the drive over to IBM. It's kind of uncomfortable.
Harold can barely fathom the idea.
Come on, Hamilton. You're going over there to represent Captain Kidd Fish and Chips. We have stores all over Southern California. Part of our appeal is in our uniforms. You know that.
You really want me to put all this stuff back on?
Yes, I think so. Show some pride, Hamilton.
I don't believe you're asking me to do this, but okay.
He begins taking off his street shirt, looks at Harold, looks at the boxes, and returns to the closet. Interior, the cruising vessel. Brad's driving down the freeway, listening to the music of Bruce Springsteen's Out in the Streets. He pries open one of the 14 Catch of the Day boxes on the seat next to him and pulls out a small piece of fried fish. Brad takes a bite. The look on his face says it is the worst piece of shit he's ever tasted. He throws the piece out the window and drives on. Brad turns to see a girl smiling at him from another car. It makes his afternoon. He returns the smile with gusto. Angle on the girl as she bursts out laughing and drives away. Angle on Brad, looking perplexed. Then he realizes that he hasn't taken his Ponce de Leon hat off. Brad drives on. Series of angles on Brad's car as we see the cruising vessel move down the highway. We see the Captain Kidd hat go flying out the window, then the plastic sword and the scarf. Exterior, school bus, day. The bus pulls up to the front entrance of University Hospital. The students file out and collect next to the front door. Mr. Vargas gleefully addresses the class. This is his favorite field trip.
Okay. Today we're going to explore how this hospital works to preserve human life. We'll be visiting every floor, every level where these fine doctors and nurses take care of us in life and in death.
They're now standing outside the maternity ward. We hear the loud noise of babies.
Over 30 children are delivered here each day.
The class moves on, interior, the bottom floor. The class exits another hospital elevator.
This is part of your third quarter exam, and I'd advise you to take careful notes on what we're about to see.
Angle on Dr. Miller, a young intern who has joined the class for the last part of their tour.
Now, may I just ask you one last time to conduct yourselves with the utmost maturity.
The kids are beginning to get very nervous now as they are led down the hall to the cold room. Interior, the cold room. There are 6 examination tables in the cold room. Each of them contains a cadaver covered by a white sheet. Mr. Vargas has gathered the class around one table in particular. He fingers the edge of the white sheet as he talks.
As you know, all the bodies in this room are recently deceased human biostructures. Yes, Randy.
Who are these guys?
Most of them were derelicts, Randy. They sold their right for medical examination of their bodies for money. Something like $30, I believe. Isn't that right, Dr. Wiles? Miller?
$25.
$25 is pretty good.
Interior, Jeff Spicoli's room, night. We see Spicoli attempting to tie his father's fat paisley tie. He stops to take a hit from his bong, all the while talking on the phone.
Hey, bud, what's in this stuff you put in here? Beautiful. Be absolutely beautiful. Hey, yeah, does that cause brain damage? No, all right. It's like jasmine or another herb, another mint or something. Yeah, bitching.
Suddenly, the door to his room flies open, and Spicoli's little brother Curtis bursts in.
Go away, Curtis.
You have company, Jeff.
Listen, if you don't knock, I can't hear you.
Curtis slams the door and leaves. A moment later, there is a knock.
There, now look, that's better. Come in.
The door swings open and Jeff Spicoli sits in stoned shock at the sight before him. There, standing in the doorway of his room, is Mr. Hand.
Were you going somewhere tonight, Jeff?
Tonight? Yeah, it was the graduation dance. It's the last big event for us for the year.
Well, I'm afraid we've got some things to discuss here, Jeff. According to my calculations, Mr. Spicoli, you wasted a total of 8 hours of my time this year.
Oh.
And now I have the unique pleasure of squaring our account. Tonight, you and I are going to talk in great detail about the Davis Agreement. Now, if you can just turn to chapter 47 of Lord of Truth and Liberty.
It's in my locker.
Well, then I'm glad I remembered to bring an extra copy just for you.
Dissolved to interior Spicoli's room hours later. Wearily, Spicoli is trying to grasp the material.
Jefferson, he goes before the people. He's saying, these rules, these are not cool rules. We need cooler rules. Basically, right? And because we don't want to end up bogus. So that's sort of where we are also, if you think about it. We need cooler rules so that we don't end up bogus.
Yeah, very close, Jeff.
Oh.
I think I've made my point with you tonight.
Do you find that you have a guy like me in your class every year? Somebody who you point at and make a show of, make an example of for the other kids?
Well, you'll find out next year.
No. When I graduate space class, I'm never coming over to this side of the hill ever again.
Well, that's if you graduate.
You gonna fail me?
Mr. Hand pauses a moment, then breaks into the nearest approximation of a grin we have seen all year. It isn't much, but it's noticeable. His lips crinkle at the end.
No worries, Macaulay. No problem.
All right. All right. All right. Aloha, Mr. Hand.
Slow dissolve, interior, Ridgemont Mall. School is out, and it's summer business as usual at the Ridgemont Mall. We see the same stores, the same packs of kids roaming the three tiers. Angle on Mark Ratner.
Hey, Mark. Turn around.
Ratner turns around, affects total and complete cool. He waves across the mall to her.
Come over here.
He looks back at his post at the theater, decides it's okay to step away. He walks across the mall. Interior, Swenson's. Stacy is standing by the Sunday bar. Next to her are two empty stools. After a moment, we see the rat plop onto one of the metal stools. He pounds the seat next to him with the palm of his hand.
You sit.
She turns to look at him, smiles. She sits.
Hi, Mark. Hi, Mark.
Hi, Stacy. How are you?
I'm fine, Mark. I'm so glad you came over here because I wanted you to know something. I just thought I would tell you that I really enjoyed getting to know you this year.
Yeah. Yeah, about 50 people. I didn't know you wrote that on my annual.
I mean, I know everybody says it, but I really mean it.
He looks at her from the corner of his eyes.
Really?
Yeah. I want you to have this picture so you won't forget what I look like, and so you'll remember to call me over this summer.
Well, I don't know. I may be, doing some traveling this summer, but I don't know if I'll be around. But yeah, I'll give you a call sometime.
I'd like that.
She gives him a kiss on the mouth, gets up, and walks away. The rat sits there, smiling at the way things sometimes turn out. He slips the picture into his pocket, a satisfied young man. Fade to black. The end.
Hey! It's a wrap.
Can we just do it?
It's a wrap. We did it. We made it. Thank you guys all, everybody. Tremendous cast. I smell a remake. And
Dave,
thank you to everyone.
Can we
who
just take
donated.
it from the top and do it one more time?
This time you be the narrator.
Morgan Freeman, you are our MVP.
Yes. Morgan Freeman.
Amazing.
MVP.
I just do my best.
There you have it. Some of our very favorite scenes from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Wow. Once again, I want to thank the incredible cast for taking the time, coming together, even bringing props so that we could do our best to support CORE and Reform in their life-saving efforts to stop the spread of COVID-19. We are so appreciative of your generosity tonight, so keep it coming. Click the donate button now or text CORE to 707070 anytime.